Hello fellow gardeners. Well, no, I'm not in the garden today of my garden, but we are in a garden. And matter of fact, we're in Laurinburg, North Carolina, and I'm at Duncan Quick's house and his wife Angel, and we're at their house in their backyard. And I want to show you, because he's my Southeast Regional District Manager. If I need somebody on the East Coast to find some barrels for somebody, or tubs, or whatever, I just send the number to Duncan and he will take care of it. And I appreciate all this, because we need lots of help on this, on all these videos we're making anyway. So anyway, this is I'm going to let Duncan tell you where Laurinburg is.
We are situated on the North Carolina-South Carolina line. We're approximately 100 miles from the beach, 100 miles from our capital, 100 miles from the South Carolina capital, and basically anything worth seeing is 100 miles away. So we're in the middle of nowhere, and we call it God's country.
It is pretty country though, and we have enjoyed being here today with Duncan and Angel. And first thing we'll talk about, this 9 pots he's got sitting up here. It's an herb pot. He's got different kinds of herbs in it. He does have some petunias in the bottom. He believes in having some pretty flowers for his wife, along with the herbs to eat. So we're going to ease back here a little ways and look at his gardening. So y'all come on with us. If you go in that way, we'll go this way. We're going to get back here. Now, I hope you can hear us this far off now. But anyway, show you here what Duncan and Angel are doing. This is a little, what do you call this? Huh? That's Tumbling Tom right here. He saw it in the store, and he had so many blooms on it. He said he just had to have it. Wicking tubs back here against the fence, and I questioned him a time or two about what tomato he had back here on his tree, but he's got the tag to prove it right to me, and it's an Early Girl Indeterminate. Now, we've been using Early Girl Determinate and Early Girl Bush, but now he's got an Early Girl Indeterminate. That means it'll crawl and crawl. Now I want you to look up his tree. Duncan has it tied up to this tree, and he got tomatoes up there at 13 feet, and he had 2 more feet of it growing on above that. So that tomato plant is 15 foot tall in one of those wicking tubs. And you've got other varieties back here too. You look here, you see his cherries. Duncan, you know what kind that is right there? What kind of salad that tomato that was?
We've got the Sweet 100, Sweet Million. We've got the little yellow ones. I'm not certain of the names.
Looks like there's 2 Sweet 100s, yeah, and maybe a Sweet 1 Million, and he's got the yellow tomato, which there's a little yellow pear back in here, I see.
Right.
So, you know, Duncan, what do you think? I see some of these tubs now, or the wicking tubs, especially on the tomatoes and all. You know, what do you think of the wicking tub now that you have seen it on the videos?
I would have nothing but wicking tub if I had space.
Okay.
Given the limited area we have a problem with sunshine, but the wicking tubs themselves are taking care of everything else.
Is this south this way? Is that south, or which way is that, Duncan?
Yes, sir.
That's south. So his 2-story house here kind of faces to the south, and the sun, as it moves south, see, it shades his garden, so he had to move everything out against his back fence. But he said just give him some time. They're going to sell out here and move out in the country, because he has to have more room to grow in. So that makes me happy that he can do out there. Duncan, one other thing I'd like to talk about. You sent me some pictures of some worms eating your plants up. Can you tell me exactly what that was?
Okay, to begin with, we had the tomato hornworm.
Okay.
We picked those off manually.
Okay.
Okay, and then later in the season, when it cooled down some, we had some of the cutworms and stuff come in.
All right.
And we had to use a little bit of poison on them. Started out with the Damascus earth, and then had to step up to the 7.
Okay. And then
we try to keep the poison down to a minimum.
But you had some parsley with some worms all over.
Oh, you're speaking of, oh yes, we raised the butterflies this year and had a wonderful time doing it.
And what kind of butterflies
was it?
Black swallowtails, okay.
They eat every bit of the parsley we had, stepped into our celery. They laid some eggs on the deal, but we replanted and ready to start again next year.
So he's helping with the butterfly population. You know, we're losing all of those different butterflies because of poison out in the fields and everything. So I appreciate Duncan and Angel for doing that, because he sent me some pictures of lots of worms in that parsley and all, and even sent me the pictures of where they were hatching out into the butterfly. They go through the different stages of, he could probably tell you what stages they went through. Well, we run out of memory cards, so we're back at it again now. But anyway, I wanted to bring the fact about how tall these tomatoes got in those wicking tubs. I want you to look here what peppers. Here's bell peppers all over this plant right here. He's got some, what other kinds you got there? This is basil.
Basil. The tomatoes have reached all the way over and fallen back. The tops are actually at the bottom now.
At the bottom.
They grew so big, they
got
out of hand.
That's 8 foot high, and it's going back to the ground. So, folks, if you'll keep them watered and keep them fed, Duncan will prove to you that they will grow and they will produce. So you don't have to have an acre or two to garden in. You can garden in a little spot like this. He's got lots of food back here. Here's his eggplants. He's got 2 or 3 eggplants. He's got several different kinds of pepper, hot peppers and sweet peppers. He's got the lettuce. Look at that lettuce even down on the front rows down there. And there's no reason you can't grow food to eat at home and have a better taste. Duncan, do you think this food tastes better than the food you buy out of the store?
I most certainly do. And Angel can attest to the fact she didn't like green peppers till she tasted what we rose.
Right.
And now she is very happy with eating green peppers.
Good deal. Well, I don't know of anything else we need to tell you about, but Duncan, have you seen anything? Well, I mentioned it. We call this right here.
I call it a strawberry barrel.
But you got
It's got little pockets in it, such as your strawberry jar. It's just a plastic drum that I've made it openings in the side and put an oola in the top, and I've been quite successful with it.
He put an oola in the top. That's a little different from a wicking, but it does kind of wick also. He put 2 flower pots, clay flower pots together, sealed them where he put them together, and he sealed the bottom hole. So he poured water in the top of this, and it stands in water, and it sweats out into the soil. The dry soil will get that sweat and water that tub. So anyway, that's another little deal. If you don't have a way to wick or something, you can make a little oogla in the top of it. And he says that sure does help in the hot summertime.
And I do have the vent tube to get oxygen to the bottom where that water stands.
He's got water down there, stands down there in the bottom too. Okay. Well, that's all I can see that we need to talk about. There's a lot of other things we can talk about. But look at the hot peppers on this plant here. They're all over this thing. They're all over it. Anyway, we're going to cut this off now, and I guess Judy and I will get on the road and get back to Oklahoma. We're 1,100 miles from home. We're going to head back that way. It's getting cold in Oklahoma. It's going to freeze tonight there, 29 degrees in Kingston, and here in North Carolina, I noticed it's 74 degrees while I go out here. When I was driving in, it was 74 degrees. So a little bit of different temperature right now. We're going to hit some rain on the way home. But anyway, if y'all like this video, punch the button, ring the bell, and subscribe, and we're going to make you another video.